hypothetically speaking, and that's because it's going to be in the future, Crystal Palace winning against Rayo Vallecano and winning the Conference League, do you think Crystal Palace would have had a better season than Bournemouth?
Bournemouth in
No, I know
Champions
it's
League.
league. This kind of questions from man.
I'm telling you. Because I want you to also look at, first of all, the prize money. Crystal
Yeah.
Palace had, let's just say, a fairly average season, but they're in the final of a Conference League at the European level, no matter what, is still a big final.
Yeah.
Aston Villa has been able to get it done. We talked about the dominance of the English league. Prize money, if you look at it well, Premier League paid so much money out. Even if you finish at the mid-table, you will get some good money. But adding an European competition may just give you that extra edge. Because looking at the number of matches they played till they got to the final, it also shows that they got some more money than any other team in the Premier League. But generally, from your own view, do you think they would have had a better season than a more improved Bournemouth, who will be qualifying automatically for an European spot?
Okay, I mean, the way I look at it is Crystal Palace right now, they're going to end up, 14th or 15th in the table?
Yeah, last time I checked, they were 12th, but let me
Okay.
check
So they're going to
again.
be 12. Bournemouth might end up being 6th or 7th.
Oh, man, they've dropped to 15th. Oh.
Yeah,
It's
15th.
crazy, man.
So
They've dropped to 15th.
Bournemouth might end up being 6th or 7th, and they're going to be playing the Europa League. So if
Yeah.
Arsenal wins Champions League, that means Bournemouth might even. Well, if they win the game against whoever they're playing on the last day, and Liverpool loses, they might get to Champions League position,
That's true.
right? Because they're just 2 points behind Liverpool. If I remember, either one of
Yeah,
in Liverpool.
you're correct.
So they have a chance of, if Liverpool falters and then Bournemouth wins a game, they might topple Liverpool and be in the Champions League. Who will have the better season? I mean, a trophy is always a trophy, right? The trophy is always a good thing to win. And if you look at Crystal Palace, where have they been in the past before now? Oliver Glasner has done something marvelous with that team, winning the FA Cup last season, winning the Community Shield, and then being in the Conference League, and now having a chance to win it. That's excellent compared to Crystal Palace's situation, right? But will the Bournemouth prefer to be in the Champions League next season, or win the Conference League and be 15th? I struggle to see, how that would play. Yeah, maybe financially, Crystal Palace will get some money, of course. If they win the Conference League, they'll get some money. But who's had the better season? Who will be seen to have had more success? Who can attract better players next season? Tell it's Bournemouth. If I look at it, the players who want to play in those competitions, if I'm to choose between Bournemouth and Crystal Palace, where I want to go to, right? For example, if Eze was still in Crystal Palace and Bournemouth come for him tomorrow, will he want to stay in Crystal Palace and still remain because they won the Conference League and still remain there? I'm sure he wants to go to Bournemouth to go and play European football, whether Europa League or Champions League. He has a chance to play either of them. So that's the way I want to look at it, right? Yes, a cup is a cup. Don't get me wrong. A cup is a cup. A cup is success. Like Chelsea is being hailed as the team that's won every cup in Europe. They've won Europa, they've won Champions League. I think they won the Conference League too some time ago, right? They've won Club World Cup. So they won everything. So they have that history, right? Most clubs in Europe don't. But would the Man City prefer to be in the Europa League or be in the Champions League? Would Man City prefer to be second on the table or be fifth and win the Europa League? I'm sure they want to be in the Champions League. It's those little details that you don't have to look at. So in my opinion, I would think the club that had a better season is probably Bournemouth, for the reasons I give is that they can attract better players. That's one. Secondly, they probably have more money because they're ending at a higher position on the table than the Crystal Palace on that front. Yeah, Crystal Palace will get the prize money if they win the Conference League. But in terms of how success is judged in the footballing world, league table performance, competitions you can play in, players you can attract, the kind of money you can control, what makes your fans happy, I would think Bournemouth has had a better season. But Crystal Palace should be proud of themselves for what they've achieved, to be honest with you, right? Because before now, who will give them the chance to achieve what they've achieved this season? And with all the sales that they made, they lost Eze, they lost Gehi, lost some other players too. And some players who have not really performed. They didn't have not really performed well for them this season. I don't know if he's been injured or something, but it just hasn't, clicked for him. So they should be proud of what they've achieved. They've really done well for themselves this season. And I pray that they win that cup. In fact, I pray that all the English teams win all those cups. But let's see how that goes. But I mean, fair play to Crystal Palace. They've done well, but I still think Bournemouth has had a better season than Crystal Palace.